Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Uncle Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce. Thank you for joining me here. This is Sunday evening, March the 7th, 2021, and I'm going to apologize right now for this video because I am winging it, trying to give you some information that has just come across my desk earlier today, and I can't wait till tomorrow morning to release this info. I thought I would try to explain what's happening in plain English right now for you so that when the markets open tomorrow you have a better idea of what might be going on. First of all, I don't know if the shares of GameStop are going to do anything tomorrow, but the information that I've got here could affect the price dramatically. Could be a good day. We'll see. Hope for the best and see what it wants to give us. In any event, I was working today talking to a few clients one-on-one, and a few emails came in this afternoon from a couple of viewers who I very much appreciate this, who sent me some SEC information and DTCC information. This would be the organization that handles the clearing of all trades for stock brokerage firms in the United States. And it looks like a new ruling is going to be in effect, and it might start as early as tomorrow. I could be wrong on this, but it sure looks imminent. We'll see how long this policy takes to enact, but this was released just a couple of days ago, and it is now starting to leak out to the public. What's essentially happening is, right now, if you are buying or selling stock from your broker has to settle up the trade within 48 hours after you buy or sell stock. And what they will generally do is they will do all of this electronically. They will work the computers to either buy the shares that you bought or sell the shares that you wanted to sell through the Direct Clearing Corporation, which is an organization that handles all stock trades between brokerage firms all across the United States for all the exchanges. So that would be NASDAQ, New York, and others. Now, rules have been in place for a long time that allows firms to either deliver stock they actually have or not deliver stock they actually don't have on settlement day. And in the past, brokerage firms have been given 21 extra days after the second business day to deliver stock to the DTCC in order for the DTCC to transfer the stock to the rightful owners. Basically, it's an IOU. So firms have IOUs with the DTCC, and then the DTCC turns around and issues IOUs to the buying brokers. And everyone is calm about it. No big deal. It's part of the business. It happens from time to time, except that it used to happen for the last number of years, for many years, with very few shares, because it's a rare occasion that our broker is short stock for a while, but then they'll come across it, they'll borrow it from someone else, and they'll be able to deliver paper, and it's, again, all done digitally and all works out. But in the last year or two, things have really changed, and with GameStop, it is particularly obvious what's happening here is that of the company has 70 million shares outstanding. There are probably over 200 million shares changing hands on the market at the same time, and that cannot continue. It is getting out of hand, and it seems to a lot of observers out there that GameStop shares more are being created with these delays and these failure to deliver notices with this 21-day rule, and brokers have been able to roll over their 21-day shortage by just buying and selling stock again to create a new calendar and just in effect roll over for another 21 days. And it seems to me what's going on, and for Mr. Cohen here with GameStop, they're noticing that a lot of their shares are trading that really don't exist. And with the amount of interest that has come into the GameStop stock because of the declared short positions that we heard about in January, the shares should be a lot higher than they are right now. And the new rule that has come out apparently allows the DTCC folks to force brokers to cover their shorts at any time. And they also are able to slap very high, expensive carrying costs on stock even before the 21-day period is up. In other words, if you don't deliver your stock in 48 hours like you're supposed to settle the trade, you could be facing massive expenses because of your short position. This is going to probably force brokers to tell their clients that we cannot carry your short positions any longer. We're not interested in passing on the costs to you. We'd rather just not be short the issue at all if we can't borrow the stock on your behalf. Now, tomorrow morning will be the first day that we trade again. This will be March the 8th, since this has come to light. And it looks like this came to light late Friday and over the weekend. Now, will it have an effect on GameStop shares or AMC shares or Rocket Mortgage or BlackBerry or Bed Bath & Beyond? There's a lot of stocks out there that have high short positions. But traders have been suspecting that a lot more shares have been shorted than the actual declared shorts from the New York Stock Exchange floor. And we're going to find out if this new ruling and the potential of this new ruling coming into effect at any moment, and again, I'm not sure if it's happening exactly in the morning or if it kicks in a week or two, but with brokerage firms knowing that this rule is coming, we may be in for quite a ride here. And to me, it spells that the shares of GameStop, which I particularly want to talk about here, could go much higher immediately. If the threat and the inclination of traders is that it looks to them that firms are going to have to squeeze their clients into the stock with forced buys imminently in the next, say, week to 10 days to 2 weeks, it could be that the shares start moving now in anticipation of that coming. And if hedge funds are anything, they're opportunists, as are many investors out there. And when you smell blood in the water, you pounce. And we may see some very interesting trading patterns over the next few days on GameStop and other shares. So if you're long, pay close attention to how the shares open and trade in the pre-market tomorrow and during the market hours itself. We'll find out pretty shortly, in about 7 hours or so, 8 hours, we'll find out from Frankfurt what's going on because the shares trade there. Then we'll hear and see what happens in the United States on the pre-market trading in the USA. And then, of course, first thing in the morning tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern Time, the New York Stock Exchange will open, and that's where GameStop shares trade. And these gentlemen right here will be in front of their computers, holding their breath, waiting to see what happens. These folks right here in the GameStop store, they will keep doing what they do best. They will keep selling product to eager buyers, especially these fantastic game systems from Sony and from Microsoft. Unfortunately, they're behind in sales because the chip shortage has caused delays in the arrival of these units. So the good news actually for GameStop is every unit they sell, they're getting full price for it. They don't have to discount a darn thing. There's a shortage of product. It's quite amazing. Anyway, we'll follow this story, and of course we'll follow GameStop as it continues to evolve from a brick-and-mortar company to an online reseller of merchandise, a retailer, and we'll follow the stock. It could be an interesting few days coming up. Join me live. I'll be on tomorrow, usually 1 hour before the opening, for at least a couple hours into the day, and then at the end of the day, the last hour of trading and the first hour of the aftermarket with Bruce, Uncle Bruce, with Stock Markets with Bruce. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a pleasant evening. Try to get some sleep, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Thank you also those of you who are joining my Facebook group page for Stock Markets with Bruce. You're all more than welcome to join us there too. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Good night. We'll see you in the morning. Where's my bagel, Jan?